So we have some breaking news that Facebook is upholding their ban on Donald Trump, at least for now. An independent oversight committee at Facebook made the decision that the company was right to ban Trump from the platform on January 7th, after what happened on the 6th, and after what Trump said for the weeks going up to that event, but the ban might not necessarily be permanent. I want to read you some reporting. This is from CNN. It says, the board has upheld Facebook's decision on January 7, 2021 to restrict then-President Donald Trump's access to posting content on his Facebook page and Instagram account. However, it was not appropriate for Facebook to impose the indeterminate and standardless penalty of indefinite suspension. The board insists that Facebook reviews this matter to determine and justify a proportionate response, and then Facebook in response to that said, we will now consider the board's decision and determine an action that is clear and proportionate. In the meantime, Mr. Trump account remains suspended. So this is unlike Twitter. Twitter has made it very clear, at least that's what they're saying, that Trump is permanently banned even if he decides to run again for president of the United States. But Facebook always said he's suspended indefinitely. And what this board is saying is that, okay, that's fine, but at some point you gotta come up with a standard and hold Trump to that standard. And that might mean that in about 6 months, because the board gave Facebook, the people at Facebook, Zuckerberg, and the other top dogs at that company, about 6 months to figure this out, whether Trump's going to be back or not. And if he's not back, what are the things he might have to do to come back? Can he be banned permanently? If he's banned permanently, why? And so on the one hand, this is a great decision for a couple reasons. Because Donald Trump is pissed. Donald Trump is crying into his Diet Coke this morning because he really wanted to get back on a real deal social media platform. Remember, we talked about it last night. He created this really, really pathetic blog on his website trying to pass it off as some sort of new social media platform, as some sort of innovative thing, even though it's right out of the 1990s internet. And so if he had the choice, he'd rather be back on Twitter or Facebook, and now that's taken away from him. But on the other hand, kicking the can down 6 months doesn't really solve anything. And if anything, it could be good for Donald Trump, because in 6 months' time, maybe he'll be back on Facebook. And if you're Donald Trump and you want to run again for president, you want to run again for the Republican nomination, it's not that crucial that you have your Facebook now. It's not that crucial that you're back on Facebook and Insta now. It matters more as you get closer and closer to a potential Republican primary, when you can use the social media platform to keep your audience engaged, to keep your base engaged, to use that social media to fundraise, and crucially for Trump, to bully anyone that he might see as a potential threat or challenger to his Republican nomination. And of course, as we get into a potential election, and as of right now, Donald Trump is the 2024 favorite to be the Republican nominee, having Facebook would give him opportunities to use that social media to have a fighting shot on the online game versus Joe Biden or whoever the Democrats have in 2024. So, is this a good decision by Facebook? I think so, although I would have preferred a permanent ban. Nonetheless, this doesn't solve the issue. In about 6 months, we're still going to have to deal with the fact that a president that tried to destroy democracy might be back on the world's biggest social media platform.